Hi, my name is Steve Greenfield and this is my channel, Another Lump in the Road. As we discussed last time, I have had a relapse. Non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, B-cell follicular lymphoma, remission for a year, everything was fine, and then PET scan shows that it's back. Hidden somewhere in my body, whatever, and started with lymph nodes here in my chest, as opposed to last time they're in my neck and everywhere else, but now they're in my chest. And you probably, like me, have talked to your doctors, and you're in the same boat I am. They've said you relapsed. Let's start talking about treatments. And maybe your doctors have consulted with other doctors, other hospitals, as Memorial Hospital of Gulfport, where Dr. Allison Wall, my doctor, consulted with Dr. Carter Davis over at the Gail and Tom Benson Cancer Center at Ochsner in New Orleans. And between everyone agree that the possibility of a stem cell transplant, an autologous stem cell transplant, where they use your own cells, your own stem cell, baby stem cells, and take them out, then put it back in your body, as opposed to a donor situation. So then the first thing becomes, as you may well know, many of you who have cancer or have had a relapse or are looking at a stem cell transplant know, then they start talking about treatment. You got to get a dental exam, clear. Don't make sure you have no bacteria anywhere. A colonoscopy, done it, clear. Now it's time for chemo. And this time they're going with a different regimen. It's called RICE. It's Rituxan and 3 other chemicals that are ICE, and I can't tell you what they are right now. I'll tell you later once I remember what they are. So time to get you back on chemo and get you back in remission before the stem cell transplant. They got to get you back in remission first. So my first chemo for this time around, my first infusion is next week. Now this one's a little different because last time I did chemo on a Friday, and then I got the whole regimen, everything, and then I went home, and I was home for 3 weeks, and or just regular life for 3 weeks, went back 3 weeks later, did it again, 3 weeks, did it again, 3 weeks, did it again, 6 times. This time a little different. Now, tomorrow I'm only getting Rituxan, because now you're getting more of it and you're getting it faster. So instead of 6 weeks, we're gonna get it done in technically 2.5-ish. Tomorrow I'll have treatment all day, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tuesday they're giving me off, I guess recovery day. I go back Wednesday, 8 to 5. Thursday, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Tuesday, I said Thursday, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. And then Friday, 1 to 6 p.m. So it's a long week. It's long days of chemo, a lot stronger, giving you more at one time. We'll do that for this whole week, and then 2 weeks from now, we'll come back and we'll do it again on a Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and get all 4, the R, the I, the C, and the E, in all those 3 days. And then after they do that, then they'll restage you, PET scan, see if you're back in remission. If I'm back in remission, if I am, then they'll turn me over to Ochsner in New Orleans. And there I'll start doing tests, heart and lung tests, bodily, making sure you're up for it. The reason I agreed to do the stem cell transplant, because I'm youngish. I'm not as young as I used to be, who is, but I'm in good health besides this. I'm strong. And I said, let's do it now while I am this way, as opposed to 10 years from now, and I could have something else going on that could weaken my body, weaken my system. I'd rather do it now while I'm still strong. After all the tests and meeting with other doctors, dietitians, and cardiologists, and psychologists, and sociologists, all these other doctors to clear you for this procedure, then you go into the hospital, and that's when they collect the cells from you. They're going to give you 4 shots to make your bone marrow start making baby stem cells like crazy. And when they do that, they're going to spill over into your bloodstream, because that's where they collect it. They're going to put a port on this side, actually. No, actually it is this side. They're going to pour it on this side with a couple lead tubes, and they're going to take your blood out. It's going to go into a machine. It's going to remove the baby stem cells and then put your blood right back in you, almost like a transfusion kind of thing. And they're going to do that 1 or 2 days to make sure they get enough stem cells, and they're going to freeze them. Then they're going to give you this last bag of chemo that blasts everything out of you, completely everything. In doing so, you have no immune system at all. You even have to go back at one point after all this and get all your shots that you had ever since you were a kid. Rubella, mumps, all that kind of stuff all over again, because it's all gone. There's nothing left. It's just, you're completely knocked down to ground zero. When you're in a quarantine situation for 10 days after all this, it's crazy. So once they give you your stem cells back to you, which I'll talk more about later, once they give them back to you, that's day 1 or day 0 technically, and you have 100 days of quarantine. So you go to the hospital, they blast it out of you, give you a week to recover, then they give you your stem cells back. Then they wait 2 weeks to see if they're building your immune system again. So that's like 3 weeks in the hospital. But when they give you those stem cells, that's day 0. And then from that point, 2 weeks, they let you out the hospital. You stay local to the hospital 10 days so they could be close to you, watch you. Because if you get a fever or anything like that, you have to rush the ER, because that's bad. Smallest amount of bacteria or mold or anything, they say, can technically kill you. So it's important that you're close by. 10 days of that, then they release you to go home, wherever that may be, to go out the remaining 76 days. So you had 2 weeks after day 0, 10 days nearby, and then for me, 76 days at home, which is about 2 hours away from Austin, New Orleans. So it's gonna be kind of crazy. But tomorrow, first day of chemo, my big chemo week is this week. I'll be keeping you updated what's going on. I'm going to ask if you please hit the subscribe button. Not that I'm getting anything out of this, but at least you'll be able to get an update when there's another episode, so I can keep you updated what's going on. Also, if you have a question or something, I think you can make a comment, I believe, as I'm looking at it. Maybe I can answer a question or two if you have it. If it pertains to me, what's going on, if I have any knowledge of what you're asking. It's going to be something. So big chemo week. I know this episode is a little longer than I intend. They won't all be this long. They'll be a little shorter. But hey, I'm glad you found me. I hope this gives you some kind of information as we really start the journey starting tomorrow. And that's the first big chemo day. It's Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Tomorrow's Monday. Maybe Tuesday, if I'm feeling better, I'll give you an update how I felt for my first chemo day. Anyway. Look, thank you for looking. Thank you for watching. I hope this helps you and kind of helps me to talk about it to you and kind of keep you updated on what my progression is. And thank you. And I will see you very, very soon on the next episode as I start chemo. All right. Good luck.